As a former small business owner, Senator Mike Braun has made the interest of small businesses and families a major priority in the negotiations on the coronavirus aid package. Here's One America's John Hines.
At this time, a lot happening. Sir, I wanted to ask you, this coronavirus aid package, the number that everybody sees is a little under 2 trillion, 2T. What are you going to say to your constituents in Indiana when you see them? How are you going to talk about this, and what to you are the highlights?
Here, our economy is about 20 trillion. So this is going to impact to the extent of about 10% of our annual GDP. And you look at that and break it down by month, and that's kind of what we need, because in this effort to tamp the disease down, which I don't think we're going to cure the national anxiety until we see progress on that. And I'm anxious to get back to business as usual, but we've invested in a lot in trying to rein in the coronavirus. So they're going to have questions, well, who is this going to help? I primarily wanted wage earners that have lost their job to be priority one, small businesses priority two, and then whatever came after that, I was okay with the second package. But now we've seen how the economy is cascading into something that was the best economy I've ever witnessed 3 to 4 weeks ago, to where we're now talking depression-size unemployment. So unemployment benefits will be raised to a level that is going to be different, and that'll sunset after 4 months.
So, for instance, small business, I think small business loans, there was something about low interest loans, but then I think the idea was broached about zero interest loans. And what happened with that, and what kind of an amount are we talking about?
So on the loan package for small businesses, it's going to be a very competitive rate. But here's the part you didn't mention that's important. If you use it to cover payroll, mortgage and or lease payments, which would be the big expenses for any small business, you can have up to 2/3 of it forgiven, especially with what you use to keep employees in place. So it'll turn from a loan into a forgiveness, and if you know accounting, when you forgive a loan, you generally got to pay income tax on that forgiveness. You're exempted on that as well.
What would you be saying as a former, I guess, medium-sized business owner, not so much a small business, I guess you had 1,000?
I was a small business for many, many years. We just were lucky over time.
And became a much larger business.
Yeah.
What would you be saying right now? What would you be doing?
Use these tools and try to make sure you look with the point of view of keeping your business intact.
You'd be suggesting they use these tools, get in there and make use of them.
Because that's what it's for. I mean, the government has shut many businesses down to try to tamp the disease down. These are the tools to bridge the gap.
Finally, I just wanted to get a sense of when would you guys be heading out back to your states, and then when might the House be voting on?
The vote should have been Monday, not today, until there was some shenanigans going on with trying to talk about extraneous policy issues. The House will have to decide whether they can get it through unanimous consent, where nobody would have to come back, a voice vote, which is kind of an in-between, and then actually coming back to have to vote on it. It depends on how much unanimity they have within their chamber over there.
And so senators might be heading back. For instance, you might be back in Indiana.
I'm hoping we're out of town today, because we need to be. We shouldn't be preaching that we shouldn't be congregating in groups when we're on the floor having to vote.
Yes. Senator Mike Braun of Indiana, former small business or not so small business owner, thank you for talking to One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.